Is the video to help you build your company website. So by the end of this video, you're going to take your website link, which I'm going to show you how to do. You're going to open up your project links page and you're going to paste your link for your live website in this last column here. So let's actually get to that spot. First things first, you're going to want to watch this video on your iPad while coding on a laptop. That's probably the easiest way to do it. But obviously you can watch this on your iPad and also code on your iPad. You either have to switch between apps or split screen the video as well as the coding. But it can be done on your iPad. Let's get started. First thing I need you to do is in this assignment, Project Day 4 company website, you're going to open up the requirements doc. So if I open up the requirements doc, it's going to take me here and it's going to have the 10 things that you need to change on your website. And you'll notice the other thing is that it has lines in the code where you're going to make those changes. So I'm going to walk you step by step through these 10 things. Next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this project here. Now you don't have to open it in an incognito window. You can just click on it. So it's going to take you here to this sample website, and your goal is to turn this website into your own. So you're going to replace the stuff with your own. Along the way, you're going to learn some HTML and CSS, which are the languages used to build web pages. But we're going to make similar looking websites going forward. Okay, so let's start on that. First thing, in the bottom corner, you're going to, or this bottom toolbar, you're going to see this view code. Go ahead and click on that. And then it's going to take you into code.org where this website was built. And this place is called Web Lab, where we build these websites. And these are live sites. So first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sign in with your Google account, just like you've done before. So I'm going to sign in with mine. Okay. And now, because I'm logging in on an incognito window, I've got to sign in two-step verification. Okay, here we go. Now I'm back here. What I'm going to do again is, now that I'm signed in, let me see if I go to projects, if it's there. It looks like it is there. So if I click on projects, I can go to your last name, app name, which is the website that I was just looking at. Now, if you don't see that, you can go ahead and re-click on this link once you've logged into code.org, and it should take you here. All right, first thing, make sure that you're signed in. See that your name is in the top right corner. All right, let's get to the project requirements and see what I've got to do. Okay, it says step 0, remix the project and rename the file to your last name - app name. Okay, so it wants me to remix this project. So right here, in order to make it mine, I've got to remix it. And then I'm supposed to rename it. And I want to rename it to your own last name. So I'm going to put in my own last name. And I'm going to put in the app name. So my app is called Latin Likes. If you don't have a name for your app, that's fine. But ideally, you can just call it app. So your last name _ app. And then we're going to click save. All right, so now I've got step 0 taken care of. Okay. Step 1, change the app name, which is in your index.html line 8. Okay, let's talk about what you're seeing here. Over on the left side, when you're building web pages, you're seeing files. So you're seeing files of pictures, which are represented by these icons. Then you're seeing a file called index.html, which has all of this code here. And then you're also going to see a style.css, which also has some code, but that code does something different than the index.html. In the center, you're obviously seeing your code, and over on the right, you're seeing what your web page will look like. If I click this icon, I can make my web page bigger just to see what it looks like, and then I can make it smaller there. All right, and then we're going to get to these buttons in just a second. So it said to change the app name in my index.html line 8. Well, make sure that you're clicked on index.html and then go to line 8. So right here, it says change this. So you'll notice that in HTML you have these opening and closing tags. An opening tag has these brackets, like the greater than and less than sign, and then it's got some kind of identifier or a header in this case, and then it has a closing bracket. And then in between that is the stuff that you write that shows up on the web page. And then this is what your closing tag looks like. So that is represented right up here, and we'll talk about how to change that color. So go ahead and change the name to your app. So I'm going to be calling mine, I don't know, Super App. Okay, you'll notice that it changes right here. And I've taken care of step 1. Step 2, change the app slogan. All right, that's in indexed line .html line 10. All right, so instead of ice cream for everyone, you're going to come up with your own product slogan. So in the Super app, I don't know, we'll say be a superstar. Okay, there's my logo. Now watch this. If I get rid of that, or if I delete something accidentally, you'll notice these pink, the code turns pink. If you notice your code turning pink, that means there is some error in the code. And if you try to click on other places, it looks like, yeah, you can work with other stuff, but it's telling you there's an error that's going to mess things up. So the most common error is that you'll probably forget your closing bracket or your closing tag. So that's a / with whatever tag you have here. Okay, so just wanted to show you that. All right, I'm done with step 2. Step 3, provide a brief description of what your app does. Okay, starting on line 12. Here's my app description. All right, so here's my paragraph tag, which ends over here, right? And here's, it looks like a bold tag, which is making app description bold. So you're going to want to delete this stuff right here and then put in your own stuff. Okay, so as long as it's in between the opening paragraph tag and the closing paragraph tag. So I'm going to say, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. This is how my app works, blah, blah. You're going to put that detailed description of your app. And in fact, you could probably get that from the document that we were working on where you were putting in your app description. That was from the last assignment that we had. Okay. All right, let's keep going. What's the problem that my app addresses? That's line 13. Okay, if I go to line 13, you'll notice all the lines right here. I've got my paragraph tag and my closing tag here, and then the problem it addresses. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. The problem my product addresses is that people are bored and they want something super. Okay. Oops, I broke a tag, and now you'll see that it showed up over here. But this time there was no pink that showed up. It's just showing up. So just again, make sure that you've got your brackets and that your code is working. All right. Next thing, what's the target audience? Again, this is from the document that we were working on, the app explanation document. So I'll just say I'm going to get rid of this. It is bored dads. Okay. And that's the target audience. Okay. Add your team members. Okay, line 16. All right. So when I look at line 16, you'll change your name here and then give yourself a title like CEO or app designer. Okay. Jim Jackson is the app designer. Okay, you could add in more people if you want. So watch how I add in more people. I'm just going to add another tag here. You don't have to add more people, but basically I did a return and then I did a tab. It actually doesn't matter if your code lines up perfectly underneath. So Bobby Woman, CEO, and I'm going to put a closing tag. and it indents it over here. Again, it technically doesn't matter. It just makes my code nice and easy to read if I move it back over. So you'll notice that even if I move it here, it doesn't change on the website. Okay. All right. Next thing, add an image for yourself. It can be an avatar. Okay. So how do you, uh, excuse me. How do you add an image for yourself? Well, now it says line 17, but remember I added this in. So here's where the image line, the code is. And so this is the code to add an image, IMGSRC. I can't tell you how many times kids will go SCR and then their picture doesn't show up and they're like, what's happening? Or they'll forget this equal sign or something like that. It's IMGSRC. And now you want to get a picture of an avatar. It can be yourself. So I don't know. I'll just get a picture of a cute puppy. All right. So let me go ahead, and I know some of you are oohing and awing. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do in order to get this cute puppy picture. If you're on your iPad, obviously you'll save it to your camera roll. But if you're using a laptop, if you press two fingers on the mouse, you'll see this save image as. So again, that's two fingers on the mouse clicking it, and then you'll save image as, and we'll go ahead and save this as puppy on the desktop. It actually doesn't matter. If you want to save it to downloads or desktop, it doesn't matter. I just save it to desktop just to make it easier. Okay, I'm going to go back to my web lab project, and now I'm going to use some new buttons here. Well, obviously of these three buttons here, I'm going to add an image. Okay, and it brings this up. So these are the assets or the images I already have. So let me go ahead and upload an image, and I'm going to find it whether I saved it on my desktop or my downloads. So puppy.jpg, and now you'll notice it comes up here. It's not going to tell you like, it's going to just say, okay, it's successfully uploaded, and then you can close it. Well, my picture didn't change, and here's why, is because you'll notice that puppy.jpg was added to this assets list. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to copy this HTML. This is the IMG SRC code. So in order to copy, I'm going to select it. And again, if you're on your iPad, you can obviously select it. I'm going to do a Command C on my laptop. On your iPad, you'll notice like a little like clipboard icon, that's copy, and then you'll notice they've colored in clipboard, which is paste. All right, I'll go back here. I'm going to get rid of this entire line, and then I'm going to Command V. So Command C copies it, Command V pastes it, and voila, I got a cute little puppy. Now you might be like, oh, your picture's like way too small, or I don't like it. Let me show you really quickly how to change the size of that picture. So if you go to style.css, this is where you change, in your style sheet is where you change the styles of things. So right now, the width is set to 100. I might set it to 200 or 250 or whatever it is. But there we go. I like that size better. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my index.html. All right, let's go back here. I added an image. Okay, add two testimonials. Index.html line 19 and 20. Okay, again, my line's changed. So you're going to go ahead and get rid of one of these quotes and put in your own quote. I feel so super. Okay, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know how to spell his last name. Okay. And then let's say another quote. Simply super, and that is from, I don't know, Mr. Dunn. Okay, and you'll notice that my quotes now are here, which is my testimonials. All right, almost done. It says change the background color of your website. You can get color ideas from here. All right, so I'm going to go to my style.css, and it says line 2. Yes. On line 2, here is the background where I can change the background color. So again, HTML, Your index.html is where you're putting like your content, and your style sheet is where you're styling it. So I could do a couple things. First of all, if I just click on it if I'm on a mouse or a laptop, if I click on it, this little purple thing shows up. If I click on that purple thing, I can get 16 million different colors by just picking whichever color I want. I think that's probably the easiest way for you to get a color. Okay. The other thing that you could do, and you'll just close it by clicking this little X here. The other thing that you could do is actually type in the word. So like red, but I might type in light blue, okay, or green. You can do it either way. But again, to get back to that little purple thing, just click on the color, and then you'll notice that purple thing comes up, and then you can choose like a specific one. All right, so, ooh, I don't like that. Okay, great. Okay, this is good. Close that. I'm done with step 9. And last but not least, step 10, change the color of your app name. That is style.css line 9. Okay, so line 9, again, I'm changing the color of this text right here, and I'll change it to, actually, let's see if I can change it to something. There we go. All right. There is my website. I have finished all 10 things. I guess the last thing that I want to show you is this is, well, first of all, let me go ahead and show you how to share it. So you'll click on the share button, and you'll copy link to the project. Okay, so I'm going to copy that link, and then I'm going to go into my document, and that was the final project links. And I'm going to go ahead and you're going to find your name, and then you're going to go ahead and paste that website link there. So I'm going to find my link. I'm going to do a Command V, and there it is. If you notice that the link it's not like a link, if you just select it and then click this link icon, insert link, it's going to make a link for you. Okay. You could share this link with your family and friends, and that's going to build it. I mean, that's going to pull up on their phone. Now, some of you are going to want to get creative and change so you're done. Once you do that, you're done. All the extra stuff that I'm going to talk about from this point in the video on is extra. You don't have to do it. But couple things. If I go ahead and open it up like this, I'll see that, okay, that's my website. Here's what I want to show you. If I copy this link to the project, and if I open it up in a new tab, like a fresh tab here, there's a couple things happening. First of all, there's a little icon right here, which is called a favicon. You can change that to something else if you want. So again, this is extra. So here's how you would change that favicon image. Well, first you're going to have to add an image for it. So I'm going to search for, again, cute puppy. Okay, so this little guy is going to be my favicon. So I'm going to save that image. Puppy 2. Okay, I'm going to go back to my project, and I'm going to add my image. I'm going to add puppy 2. It says .web.p. That means I can't save that file like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to screenshot it. Command Shift 4. So again, Command Shift 4 allows me to screenshot. And I'm going to go ahead and take that screenshot and upload that. So let me upload. And screenshots show up on your desktop. So now I've got my little screenshot of my puppy. Okay, and then the file is going to pop up. There it is. So if I click on it, there's my little puppy. Okay, watch how I change the icon. If I go to my index.html, this line right here, line 5, changes the puppy, the image up there. So instead of icecream.png, I'm going to change it to this. Oh, this thing is like a super long name, screenshot, blah, blah, blah. Let me click this and rename it. And I'm just going to call it puppy2.png. And now watch what I can do. I'm going to change this to puppy oh, once I start typing it, then it shows up. So I'm going to change it to puppy2 PNG. Now, when I refresh it, oops, let me, puppy2 PNG, okay, that's changed. Oh, I can click refresh and save just to make sure that it's saved. I'm going to share this project link, and then I'm going to paste it and see. Yes, if you notice up here, my little favicon has changed to a little puppy. All right, the last thing that I want to show you is if you want to add a cool font to your web page. Again, this is totally optional, but here's what you could do is you could go to Google Fonts. All right, and then you look at whatever fonts you want, okay? All right, so there's thousands of fonts. Okay, so here's what I like. Okay, I like this one. So watch what you can do. You'll notice like some of them say one style, 18 styles, variable. You can pick any of the ones that say like styles. So then you just pick whichever style you want. So I actually liked this one right here. I'm going to click on this. All right, I'm going to click on this, select this style. And then all of a sudden this code shows up. Okay, so there's two parts if you want to add this to your website. First thing that you got to do is copy this thing, all this stuff right here, Command C, and you're going to go into your website, and right here inside this head, that's where you're going to paste that stuff. Okay, so all of that just got pasted there. And now I'm not done because notice like nothing changed. I'm going to go back here, and then here's the second part that I need to add. I need to add this CSS rule. Okay, so now when I go back to my web page, I need to figure out what do I want, what like text do I want that styled. So anything with a H1, I want that new font. So in here, I'm going to add it right here. Oh, look at that. That just changed. Okay, maybe I want it for this stuff too, product slogan. What is that? Oh, that's an H2. Watch how I do this. So I can type it up here. I can type it down here. I'm going to type it down here, H2, these squiggly brackets. And then I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to Command V. And now, voila. Okay. So I've just changed all my H2s. I could add it to all my paragraphs. Oh, but you know what? If you want to do it to your whole web page, watch what I could do to make it even easier. I'm going to put it to the body section. And now everything has that, font. Okay. Those are the two additional things if you want to add them. Again, adding a favicon and then changing the font. But as soon as you have your link here, you are all set. Have a great day.